Well, hello there, humans, bees, earthlings, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and whoever you're lucky enough to be doing it. So I'm Bushka, Blitz. Welcome back to the channel. Do not adjust your sets. That heat you can see is the red hot T54 action that's radiating from the ground on up, creating that summer haze. Those bushfires are burning in the win rates of your amigos. I'm going to show you a couple of things today. Basically, this was inspired. I had a run with XR Rob, a good mate of mine from Patreon. We were doing like a bit of a tutorial series. Like Rob was asking for some help on Russian tanks. And I had a little bit of spare time. I actually volunteered. I said, hey, is there anyone who needs a little bit of help with any particular kind of tank or something? Let me know and we'll have a run. And I recorded that and that was all good. And I remembered how much I loved playing Russian tanks. And I haven't had a video on the T54 for a while now. So I thought I'd run this. There you go. Let's get rid of that. It's just going to annoy me. I thought I'd run this and we could have a chat. And I could talk about some things. One of the things I want to highlight right at the start is I left that ST1 to die, which is unfortunate. But I think you need to learn, and this is something that stood out when I was having a run with Rob. Most people have the basics of the game down from watching videos and things. It's like they've got the major bits down. They know that if there's someone in front of them and they angle the tank thus, they are more likely to bounce a shot. And that's awesome. That's the first step. If you're doing these kind of things, that's what you've got to do. And most of them know that if they've got a tank with gun depression, they're trying to go hull down. Or if they've got a strong hull, they know the type of perfect situation they'd like to be in. What people really screw up on is reading the game. And I'm making this video to give people a hand with it. Like, look at the situation I'm in now. There is an SU-122-54 coming around. There's a 183 is about 50 meters away from me. I'm absolutely not phased or fussed because I know the 183 can't hit me. As long as he can't hit me, it doesn't matter how bloody close he is. He can be like 10 meters away. If there's a wall between me and him, he can go whistle Dixie. And all I'm doing is absolutely driving the poor bugger wild. I tapped him a couple of times at the start. He didn't like it, and he's been chasing me ever since. Now, a lot of people will panic in that situation and they'll focus on one tank or the other, but not be able to track both those tanks at the same time, or at least not be able to put themselves in a position to track one tank and be safe from the other. I'm here to tell you that there's no real secret to this. The only way you're going to get better at it is from putting time in. That's all there is to it. You can get better at looking for specific things, but the natural flow of the game will come to you the longer you play. Now, this is 5 games I played in a row yesterday with the T54. I also played a lot with the M46 Patton, the Cent 701, and the E50 because it's having like a retro Tuesday. Loving those retro vibes, those retro beats. We like to go back to the start of Blitz and feel the love tonight, Lion King style. Now, this is the perfect storm for a T54. I've got a couple of tier 10 games in here, but this is a tier 9 game with 4 mediums. But look at the mediums. Like, there's a Super Pershing in there. There's a Chinese WZ. There's like no one who's really going to worry me. That Patton could be a worry if he's good, but he'd want to be pretty good in a hull down situation like this to worry me too much. That WZ angled up. He's using the lower gun. He's shot me for 280 there, which is not a whole hell of a lot. And that is the 100mm. I've got 4 tanks in front of me. What I'm thinking here is not, gee, what am I going to do? What am I going to do with these tanks? It's, where are their TDs? What I'm thinking is, where are the tanks that I can't see? Will I be visible if I push just to here? No, I won't, because this tank is low to the ground. And what I'm doing is giving their TDs no shots, but getting shots for myself. And I'm happy to sacrifice the cap. We can get the cap anytime. There's a chance to win this game straight up and down with clearing their tanks right here. I've seen there's a tank at the back, right? That was a 152. So I know there is a TD back there somewhere. And I can see that we have not lost a tank yet. But when we do, I'll know what that TD is because I didn't catch it out of the corner of my eye. Because if he kills a tank, there's going to be a 1 pop up next to his name. Oh, that's pretty much it. Let's hit the only part in the tank Bushka that we can't actually kill. I'm willing to have a shot at losing it because I want to make sure we clear this Patton. There we go. Thinking, geez, he hasn't been. Oh, there he is. He is, in fact, back there somewhere, and he's unspotted. But it's on ISU 152. There's an ST1. We're missing 1 tank. That's a Yag Tiger. I don't know where he is, but he doesn't have a kill, so I'm not that worried about him. Like, he's obviously not in a great position to farm damage, because we've only lost the one tank, and that was from that ISU 152 right here. And this is what people struggle with. Hey, this is really what they struggle with. I've seen the other TDs been spotted in the middle, so I'm absolutely stock and scot-free to put damage in here and take no damage back. And then I'm going to push up on the ST1 because he's 100% unsupported. I know that is an isolated tank. And I know that if I clear the ST1, then I will be able to kill the Yag Tiger, even if I've only got one hit point left, given the right set of circumstances. Because this stuff is actually not the hard stuff. You learn this. You learn to side hug. I'm just going to side hug here and juke shots out of the ST1 by going backwards and forwards underneath his gun. I know he's probably zoomed in here on me, and then I'm going to square him off and go underneath him, and he's pretty much screwed. And this is the stuff you can kind of teach yourself and practice doing, but the watching the map and the working out where things are, and based on experience and based on player preferences, is far more valuable than this stuff. If you figure out where all the tanks on the map are, you can safely drive to wherever you want on the map and do whatever you want to whomever you want if you have that information. So let's look at the next 3 games, and we're going to talk through this, and we're going to talk less about the T-54. The T-54 is just the vessel by which we're going to be explaining the world away here. And this is really something I think is key, and it's really hard to get this into people. I'm going to cut at the end of this game because I make a big mistake here, and this is great to actually talk people through things that I do wrong as well as the stuff that I do right. I make a massive mistake at the end, and I'll show you what it is. We still win the game, but whatever. First things first, if you're on Rockfield and you're going to Cap C, you're doing it wrong, because you won't Cap C. You just won't Cap C unless there is no one there, okay? If there is no one there and you go into C cap, you'll cap it. If there is anyone there, if there is someone throwing rocks at the back or has got a slingshot, they will reset cap on you every time, because the cap is absolutely wide open. And in the worst case scenario, their entire red team is going to be there because everyone just treats it like a normal battle, like an encounter battle, where they all go to that one flank, which is a completely different game, and you're going to get poleaxed. This side of the map has access to A cap, which can also look into B cap. And B cap allows you to have 2 caps versus 1 cap. Do you see C being capped yet? Someone's in there from red. Let's see if he caps that. Let's see if the guys over there just basically kill each other and trade shots and hit points for the next minute or so while no one actually caps C. And that's what's going to happen, because that's what always happens in this map. One team will send a couple of people to C, the other team will completely go to C, and you can see there, they're now starting to recap it again. They're going to lose. We lost 2 tanks who just decided to go to C cap because, obviously they were going to cap it. And the best case scenario if you go C generally is that both teams go to C. And then both teams are at C and no one's capping C either. And the smart team that sent a medium over to A or B, or a light to A or B, gets a massive advantage because these caps are really easy to take. Now, one other thing, if you have a look at where that T-54E1 is and where that Pershing is, that is where you never want to be on a map. Now, I'm looking at this map and I know that there is no one behind me. I've counted 7 tanks have been spotted. All 7 tanks were spotted. Every tank that was visible on the map has been visible on the map, and none of them are over here. But that Pershing and that T-54E1 were in the middle of the map. Now, this is, by the way, a very average effort from here on in. We win the game, but I mean, I'd consider this a pretty average effort. I just bounced the engine deck of a T-34, and I'm then going to bounce the side armour of a T-34. The engine deck was my fault. The side armour is just a bit of RNG. I don't know. So that's bleeding more hit points than is required, right? And then I don't even get the kill. This is the part where I make a big mistake. And I'll show you that as it's happening. But back to that other thing. If you're in the middle of the map, it's very hard to angle to both sides, right? If you get spotted in the middle of the map and someone starts shooting you from directly ahead and from one of the flanks, well, that's hard enough. But what if someone's at the other flank having a bit of a lone ranger mosey about and you get spotted there as well, well, then you're absolutely screwed because there's no tank in the game that can angle to three tanks at once. This is the big issue. Why do I feel the need to drive directly up to the Yag Tiger to do damage? I get shot for it. Absolutely deserved. Absolutely deserved. I get shot for it. And I'm doing the right thing. I'm angling towards that T-49 because I know he can't pen me really easily at all, if at all, at the front with heat. So he's going to HE me and he's going to get a really lucky roll to clear me. But for all that, why in the world did I drive all the way up to that Yag Tiger to do the damage? And this is something I harp on about. Something that if you're looking at a map and you know where a tank is, well, I already knew the Yag Tiger was there. Well, why didn't I then take that information and use it to drive all the way out to the flank and get free shots on that very badly camouflaged Yag Tiger with enormous flat sides and be nowhere near him so I can shoot him, pull back, reset camo, and then either repeat the process or relocate somewhere else and do it again. That's a massive error, and we were lucky to win that game. We won it on a cap count because the T-49, because we had A and B cap, that's why we won it. Because we didn't go to C cap and we capped A and B, we were able to do that. Now, this is the other thing I do wrong. I've not reset camo. I'm just going to roll out, okay? And I nearly get hit there, right? You saw that shell bounce? So I don't reset camo then. That's a light bulb, Bushka. That's a light bulb. You've got 9.8 seconds from the time you last fired the gun. No, you're going to go out anyway. How's your drive wheel feel? Great. Excellent. Well done. And that kind of makes... So that's... That end of that last game and the start of this game were pretty rubbish. Pretty bad in terms of gameplay. I got away with them and I only took one shot for that, but it smartened me up. And then I play smart for the rest of this game and the last game I'm going to show you. But look at the map. Again, it's all about where you go. They had 3 mediums. We had 2 mediums. We could have contested the medium flank, but it's an encounter battle. The last game was a supremacy game, so I went to the side that had the most supremacy caps. In an encounter battle, I'm going to the side that has the encounter cap. And lo and behold, someone's gone in the cap because they've got half a brain, and we are now building immense pressure on the red team, and they have no choice but to start moving towards our guns. And this is why using your brain and looking at the map and watching what's on the map makes all the difference. That T-54 is going to push down the middle. He's going straight down to try and reset that cap. It's at 60 now. They're down tanks. Like, they're screwed. They're absolutely screwed. Everything from here on in is just stat padding. But we win this game mostly because the team played well. Like, as a team, we went the right direction. We supported each other. Then we cleared the cap. We all came in and tunneled this T-54 as he tried to reset. And it was the right thing to do. And now we're going to go around and we're going to hunt down the last 2 dudes. Or dudettes, depending on how it's swinging. Now, Waffle Tractor, he's out there. He's in big strife. FV4202, he's in big strife. Everyone knows about it. Everyone's loving it. And that's all well and good. But the 2 things that really stood out for me on this game was the position of the team on the map. The fact that I didn't reset camo and I got punished. And just how strong a team centered around an encounter cap and having all the angles can be. Now, I've got one more game to show you, and I don't want to break down the games too severely, because it's kind of like information overload. When you are looking at and when you're looking at this, and you're going, well, you're breaking it down in absolutely minute detail. You miss the broad stroke stuff, and that'll just come anyway with experience and time. But the really important things, I think, are those simple, every single time you play, you do it, right? This is Retro Tuesday, patterns and T-54s and things like that. Great fun. Great tank still. Now they've got 4 mediums. I want to get up here and I want to contest the caves. I want to make sure the caves are contested, and I'm in the perfect tank to do it. I'm so low to the ground. I'm very, very capable of moving back and forth here and actually controlling this section of the map. They've got a 183 somewhere. They've got a Yag Tiger. They have 4 meds, and there is an AMX 50 120 in there as well. Now I can see the 120, and there's the 183. That's the one I was looking for. I've tracked him. So he's had to blow a kit there, right? Why is that important? What I'm going to do is kind of drive this poor guy absolutely mad. He's going to set up into a kind of a side scrape to that building, and he does it correctly in that I can't actually pen him. But what I can do is just chew through all his repair kits. And you'll see I'm not resetting camo here now all the time. The reason I'm not resetting camo all the time is I'm in such a strong position. I am so incredibly difficult to actually penetrate from this angle and to get a shot on, to get a shot that's even going to hit me, that I'm pretty confident. And this T-54 is going to push up, which is a big mistake. He's tired of being in that terrible position. And I'm going to clear him. And there's that 183. Here we go. Let's start the fun, hey? Yep. We're just going to blow that one once. We're going to go to adrenaline again, just trying to keep him stuck there, seeing if someone else can put a shot into him. If not, might get in to blow another kit. I can see 4 tanks to my left. I can see that 183, and I can see 1 tank behind me that's got 2 TDs dealing with it there. We're going to clear this bloke, and now I can see all bar 1 tank on the map. All the tanks on the map bar 1. So I'm able to make pretty good guesses. I know I'm safe to just sit here and pump this poor old 183, and because he's had to blow all his kits, I'm going to set him on fire, and he's just going to burn. He doesn't have a fire extinguisher left. He's just in a little bit of strife. And first game, the key was we took A and B, or the game we took A and B on Rockfield was really important. Last game, it was because we controlled the encounter cap side. Our team did, not just me. And this game, it's because we control the caves. And controlling these spots on the maps is really, really important. They're not perfect, right? They're not the things that are going to guarantee a win, but what they do is they give you, like, controlling caves on this map means you're more likely to win. It's just nothing, no other way around it. Anyone that pushes up there and tries to contest it, but only half contests it, is going to get pumped. And because we know the 183's here, and there's a couple left, there's that 5120 and that medium, and they're both spotted, we're just going to go hog wild here and just farm. I don't really mind pushing on autoloaders if I've got the DPM to clear them, because you've saved your hit points the entire game, and you're making a purchase now with those hit points. You're handing over as many shots as they can get in on you, fair and even, and you can afford to take them, and you will still have time to completely clear them. And that's why clippers, when they've got support, are devastatingly effective. And clippers, as in autoloaders, when they are isolated, can really have struggles, really come up against some struggles. And it's very, very hard in an autoloader when you've got, say, 2,000 hit points in front of you across 3 different tanks to carry a game, whereas that's not the same problem when you're in a T-54 or something like that. You can manufacture time on target. That's all good. I digress. So there you go. That was a little bit of a tactical walkthrough on the 54. Just 5 games I played in it yesterday and had a bit of fun. I'm going to do one on the Leopard 1 as well that I played also. You can see he's reset his camo. I'm reset, so I'm just going to push all the way around to the other side. He's in an Object 140. He's got probably about mid-3000s DPM, depending on his loadout and his gear. He's got more DPM than I do, so what I really need to do is come at him nearly unspotted and have my angles under control, wait till my adrenaline was rolling, and then pump into him. And we do nearly clear him. 117 hit points left. Would have been nice. Would have got this 4K, but we still got another mastery anyway. Because it's a tier 10 game, we did all our own spotting. We kept that bloke stuck at this front and in the 183 and just did the business. Love your work, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed that one. And until next time, stay safe on the battlefield.